Well, hey, here we go, everybody. Hello, hello. Doran Corkin coming at you at the end of Rakehell 2. Hopefully my mic is working. It gave me a mute sign a second ago. Let me just unpause it. So hopefully you can hear me all right. Um, so this is kind of the countdown to the end of the Kickstarter. We've got about a half hour left to go. And just to bring it up, I will just share it. We are just hanging on, people. We walked the line, as I posted earlier today. So as long as nobody backs out, we should be all right to hit everything. We've got a good 31 minutes to go, and I just want to talk through a couple things ongoing as the Kickstarter winds down, and of course say thank you to everybody. Yeah, it's insane that we're just barely hanging on here. All right, let's get back into that. Okay, so that share should be shut down. We should be back on me, I think. I wish there was people in channel talking so I would know. But either way, I wanted to go through the last half hour here. We'll see if people pop in, pop out. I invited a bunch of people just to see what was going on. But in the end, this video will be shared out at the end, and everybody can look at it. So first off, we got to say a great big thank you to everybody who's involved with getting this thing funded. Um, yeah, it's this thing was hanging on by this much. Um, Literally, I was watching it go the last $70. It was just like to get it to $1,500 and then over the $1,500. So I'm very lucky that I have my expectations, if not third of them. So I was hoping to get 5,000 out of this Kickstarter. I removed it to 3,000, and I was like, you know what? Kickstarter's not in good shape right now, according to some people. So I halved it again to $1,500, thinking, oh, I'll make that easy. Psh, so easy. It's going to be just breakfast cereal making $1,500 on this. But there's a couple things that got in our way of doing that, and some of that's my fault. And the way I did things, I think, affected it, and the fact that it took 2 years to get to a number 2 of a series. So I'm looking to remedy that problem, as we'll discuss over the next half an hour. But anyways, thank you, friends, family, and fans, and that goes for everybody out there. Long-term friends, a lot of people stepped up and spent some money, and of course, fam as well, and of course the fans. Without the fans, there's no reason to do this, right? It's too expensive to do just for just friends and fam, right? So we got to find those backers over time, and we got a new strategy for that. We'll discuss in a second, and we'll just go through a couple things here. So first off, as well, I of course, fans, but in no way does $1,500 reflect on the value of this comic. For one, my professional expertise in the world of graphic design and etc. and the art and all that stuff that I do, or the graphic design that I do. But there's a big thank you to go to Aja. Aja has done a great job on this, and we're going to figure this out: how to get us to more funding. And how to get more people aligned. I think part of that is not releasing a comic every 2 years, because how can you get invested in the series as such? Jocko, I mean, you see Jocko's art all over the place. It's on, this T-shirt, the Rake Little Hell T-shirt. So that is just fantastic. Jocko created a couple of really, really nice pieces of art that then colorist Diego colored, and I colored, did modifications to those colors as well, turning into some really cool things like the poster, etc. And Erwin came out of nowhere to help out near the end. I'd asked him early on, but we somehow lost contact with each other. Then at the end, he came up with a super amazing cover, like the one I call the gated. I can't remember now. I can't remember. It has been a long campaign, but I call it something gated. Something. Anyways, it's irrelevant. He created a great piece of art. I'll show it to you in a second when we look back at the Kickstarter. Yeah, and then of course Derek Stevens. He did the cover for the collector's edition. So what I call the Grandmaster picture, and we'll see some of the stuff in a second. And and Sergio came in at the end and actually helped me do some of the character design, get a couple pieces to go with the new characters introduced, Trevor and Nick. So that was cool. And of course, Nita's been spamming like crazy. She's probably been going nuts trying to get this thing funded. It looks like it anyways, but we pulled it off just barely. So good job, Nita. Thank you for the help. And of course, Gillian, for my spouse, for helping get through all this stuff. She's been having to deal with this all on the side. So c'est la vie, that's where we're at with everything. We've still got some time. So just to go back to, before we go into a couple of things, let's go back and take a quick look at the Kickstarter again, and I'll just show some of that stuff. Yeah, so we're still holding fine. We'll do kind of a 15-minute check-in, and hopefully no one, again, backs out. We'll see. We actually have comments in the community. Oh, that's interesting. It's all this together. That says nothing. Okay, never mind. All right, so the campaign itself. So this is Irwin's here that came in kind of at the buzzer. I almost held on to it, and in some ways I kind of wish it would make a great cover for issue 4. But I decided to put it out because it was such a beautiful cover, and I thought it would help things along, and it did. It was received very well. We've got a couple of oh, I should go over the numbers. Let me scroll back up here. So we're at 1,507, so $77 over. So hopefully nobody budges. Don't breathe too hard, or the thing might blow up. We got 35 backers. I really was hoping to get to 100 backers, but after I understood the situation of Kickstarter, and again, the fact that I'm releasing a comic 2 years later off of a first one, I get it, and we can do better there, and we can figure things out too to find the fans early on better. I mean, I did a huge pre-launch, probably the most extensive pre-launch I've ever done, but obviously it didn't go far enough. So, anyways, that's enough about that. We made it by the hair of our chinny chin chin, and we're going to keep going forward. 25 minutes left, and just watch it. Just stay. We just, again, don't shake the table. Don't stand up too quick. Hopefully everything just stays steady for this last 25 minutes or so. So some of the other art, you can see this is all Aja Cerezo's art on the interior pages. And I've been modifying this stuff and getting it all ready. And here's the first cover that he did that we are calling Ghost Town. Great stuff by Aja. And then here's Irwin's cover with Joaco's art on the back. And then we've got a Joaco's front cover and back art. So that'll be a nice addition as well. And we've got the anime horror one, which is Aja again. So he provided me some more art, so that was fantastic. I turned it into that. We got the Romero cover, not Romeo. That's the Romeo and Juliet. Definitely that's not Romero's style. So we've got that one, which is a really cool one. Again, I could have held on to this cover and not done it. I released it now and released it maybe as something else. But I gave it to everybody because on a weekend, I had the inspiration for it, and I thought it was cool enough to share. And then, of course, we have the collector's edition, which is Derek Stevens. This is the Grandmaster on the right, what I call the Grandmaster piece. And in the back, we've got Georgie Castella's piece of art. My cat just went nuts and went flying past me for no reason. No cats were injured in the filming of this video. Just an FYI. And so that's the foil cover. This is gonna be gorgeous. This is gonna be like, I have the poster on the wall from this front piece here from the holochrome, and it looks great. So that's cool. And we've of course got all the other stuff going on down here. But anyways, just to get back to everything at hand here. Stop sharing this. Go back into, go the right direction, back into Restream. All right, so past this, there's a couple other things I want to discuss over the last, we got 23 minutes until it's going to go officially be over with and people can stop enjoying my spamming. And I'm sure you all enjoyed it very much. So one thing I wanted to mention, as I'm wearing, you'll see that the shirts, I got my first shirts for the Rake a Little Hell, Raise a Little Hell. I call it Rake a Little Hell. That's what I wanted to put on it. See if I can go the right here. But I always go the wrong way with the camera. You can see it's a pretty cool shirt. So Raise a Little Hell is also a song from Trooper, a Canadian band that almost didn't make it into their album. It's a weird, interesting story of how that song never made it to be, but it's probably their most popular song ever from Trooper. But anyways, it's this cool little story, a little backlog there. I didn't know. I just thought of the saying "Raise a Little Hell." I probably was influenced by Trooper when I was younger, right? And I didn't realize it. And I was like, "Raise a Little Hell," like that kind of makes cool because of what's happening in the comic and the Hellhound here, and that had the great piece of art from Joaco. And I'm going to try and point the right direction here. Someday I'll learn how to do this. So I made the T-shirt, made the poster, got a lot of miles out of this one piece of art from Diego and Jocko. Diego being the colorist. Another thing I wanted to bring up was this one. Ooh! So some of you might have seen this, some of you may not. This is a piece of Aja's work again. I've been holding on to this piece of art for over 2 years now. So it's time to release it, and it will be the cover for issue 3 of Rakehell Quint's Curse. And we'll be introducing our first female demon. I won't go too much into what's going on here or the character. This was actually, I let Aja create his own character, and this was the character he had come up with at the time. So really cool looking, very interesting. I've worked it into everything. Now the name of the character in that will be revealed, or who this character is in the demonic world, or even the mythological world. It could be from either or both. Ooh, I don't know. Anyway, so just a FYI that Rakehell 3 will hopefully start up fairly quickly. It's not hopefully not going to take us 2 years. I'm writing right now Rakehell 3, and I'm getting through it pretty quick. I'm hoping to have it handed off with Rakehell 4, possibly to Aja in the new year. Hopefully he's available. I still have to work that out with him. But just so you know, things are pushing forward, and based on his availability, we will move on to the next issues and hopefully find a way to grow this so that it's actually making some good money over everything else, like just kind of skimming by. Again, $1,500. A lot of people wish they made $1,500. I've seen a lot of Kickstarters that don't make $1,500, and a lot of people are just $500 and done, right? They're just out of here at $500 and just run away. So I shouldn't be sniffing at it and going, hey, but I just believe, based on what I'm seeing from other comics, even though we don't have nudie covers and things of that nature, that we should be hitting 5,000. But on that front, that kind of leads into the next discussion I wanted to have. So this is one surprise. Hopefully, if you haven't seen this yet, hopefully you're excited to see this cover. It's great. It's a fantastic work, Aja, and we'll take things from there. So the last thing wanted to quickly go over, while we still have a little bit of time, and my cat's still going crazy down there, causing trouble. But so anyways, of course, good old Mangrel wants you all to be his minions. So that's the only way we survived here was everybody kind of helping get this Kickstarter through. You know who you are, who's really stepped up and spent a significant amount of money, and those who actually helped share it out. Like a lot of people tried to share it out and help in that fashion. It was you know, it's harder times out there. It's not as easy to find the fans, and who knows if Kickstarter will get better or not with the comic industry. The concerns they have with the comic industry right now, and the way things like they're calling it Marvel fatigue out there, like superhero fatigue that is happening in the world. But anyways, I'm going to kind of plan B and C of things as I keep learning. I was on a couple. It was JD. I'm going to say JD's last name wrong, so I won't attempt to Cauldron. No, anyways, I was on JD's podcast, and it was interesting. One point, someone asked about BackerKit, and 4 out of the 6 people, I was not one of them, was using BackerKit. So I looked harder into that, and I learned a lot about BackerKit in the last few weeks as I've been trying to figure out what to do next. So I'm not going to use BackerKit for this actual release, but in the coming releases, I'll be using BackerKit because it allows us to do a bunch more things than what you would think. For instance, you have a pre-launch store. So what that means is I can create a store, and I could put this shirt on there, and I could go early on and go, hey, you know what I mean? Like you can go to the store basically before Rakehell 3 releases. You'll be able to pick merchandise that you would like to have when we go live with the actual Kickstarter, or I can almost do Indiegogo. Wait, there. Or Indiegogo. So Indiegogo will be starting. I'll be releasing Rakehell 1 and 2 to Indiegogo probably in February is the plan, after I get the pre-launch ready. And there's a big reason why I'm doing that. So Indiegogo actually contacted me before Halloween and actually started engaging me in conversation, which surprised the heck out of me. They didn't send me 1 email. They didn't send me 2 emails. They sent me 3 emails, personalized emails, So that was really interesting to see how they seem to be concerned maybe about their comic um, people who are creating comics and putting there. I'm not sure, or maybe they're worried about the comic industry, so they're reaching out to creators. But or maybe I'm just fortunate. They basically said they ran into Rakehell and were super impressed with Rakehell and were disappointed that it wasn't getting more support, honestly. And they offered for me to support me on Indiegogo with some kind of premium support for free. So I don't quite understand it fully yet, but I've been already starting to set up my Indiegogo, and I'm already learning a bunch of things I didn't know before about how I could be email marketing better and getting people, fans earlier, using different tricks. Not, well, I shouldn't call them tricks. It's finding the fans who are interested really in the end and getting their emails up front so I can give them the old starting spam and get things rolling. So I think between BackerKit now offering a pre-launch page, and I can now and you can then use that pre-launch page and hook it up to your. This is really cool for all if you're running Kickstarters out there. You know how Kickstarter has that link that says, you can follow the person or you can set it to what you want. So your campaign's over, but you've still got that page and it has that link. Where do you send it to? So I always send it to my whitefirecomics.com website, right? But you can send it to the Backers Kit page and sell merch somehow, or it takes you to the pre-launch maybe of the next Kickstarter is the theory. But I still haven't figured that part out, but it sounds interesting that there's this ecosystem there that if you use BackerKit with, that will help make you more sales, but also keep maybe your customers engaged a little bit more. And they have a couple of things. Like right now I have a teaser page already up for Rakehell 1 and 2. Well, I can't really do that on Kickstarter, right? I could, and it's already got some people following it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not doing anything other than I made the teaser page, and it's already got people interested. That's from BackerKit, not Indiegogo. BackerKit's teaser page is already getting some attention from people in BackerKit. So that's really cool. On the Indiegogo side of things, I'm still learning, but I find it interesting. They seem to support you a lot better than Kickstarter in the sense that I can ask somebody for help, and they will actually get back to you. And then they have a multiple review stage where they'll actually look at your project and offer advice. Now, I don't know if that's because they offered me this premium thing or what, but anyways, I just wanted to babble on about that a little bit to let everybody know that those are the type of things I'm doing to try and we'll be going to Indiegogo, and then based on how Indiegogo goes and the pain there, if it's how well it flows, shall we say, we will probably go to fund my comic with Rakehell sometimes. Actually, maybe we'll save that till issue 3 is out and try and do 1, 2, and 3 and try and do Kickstarter and fund my comic in the same type of frame. I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out as I'm getting it all organized, and we'll get moving forward. One of the important things is that the story's moving forward, and I just need to get Aja on board, and then we'll start getting actually issues 3 and 4 moving so that people don't have to wait so long to get the actual comic. So that's my master plan of everything. So just to let you know that things will move forward and that it's not going to be 2 years until you get Rakehell 3. At least, hopefully not. Who knows with this world sometimes? Who would have predicted a pandemic, right? So let's just go back and check just to make sure nothing caught on fire. Oh, we're holding ground. I better refresh the page just in case. Oh, yeah, we're holding ground. 35, 1577. So that's good. Oh, this is cool. I'm watching it this way. Oh, that's neat. So now I hit stop and it comes back to me. Okay, cool. That's neat. So I still have some stuff to learn about the way that this stuff works in the sense of restream and all that stuff, but it's going good. The other thing I wanted to bring up was that I'm also starting my own stream. I've been wanting to do this for years with Corel Draw. So I worked there for 14 years. So I'm creating comics in Corel Draw. So in Corel Draw, and I put the word plus behind it because it's going to be more than just Corel Draw. It's going to be other softwares and I'll probably do some reviews of tech. Like, for instance, I have this little device here that I use It's from Zen Labs that I've really enjoyed. Now, a lot of companies with their tablets have this type of thing, but this has been very, very helpful to me, and it wasn't really that expensive. Battery's probably dead now, But anyways, it's a cool little tool for doing your panning and increasing your brush sizes, or scrolling through your stuff, and just quickly using these buttons while you're drawing. So in one hand you have your pen, your stylus, and then you kind of have this laid on the ground next to it, and then you're using this as your buttons instead of having the buttons on the screen. I find the buttons on the screen, particularly on my tablet, a little bit different, and things like that too, because tablets are another conversation where I have a lot of training in, that most people probably don't know even how to set them up correctly or what brands to use. So I tested Wacom for years, and everybody will tell you Wacom. There's no doubt that everybody's going to yell Wacom, Wacom, Wacom. But to me, I'm using Huon for 3 years now, because Wacoms, I had a Wacom, but it's so expensive, and the screen cracked, and it would have cost me $500 to get it fixed. You know what I mean? So anyways, I want to have a stream where I'm going to start up these conversations about technology that I use, and processes that I'm using. I actually just bought, this would be a good one for anyone who's a streamer out there. Logitech is coming out next year in June. They actually have an Indiegogo. That's where I found it, on Indiegogo. They actually have a camera coming out that's really cool that will actually sit on your desk and move up and down and zoom and spin with you. You can spin it around. It's really meant to display things on your desk. So you can show a book. You could play a game of chess. For instance, they show in one picture a guy playing chess, and he's streaming the chess to someone else, but you can keep moving the camera around as he's playing. So that's a cool little innovation camera. So that type of stuff, doing something on the actual camera would be kind of funny to do. But that's where we're kind of at with stuff. And trying to think what else is there to really talk about. I mean, I guess we just got to count down some time. I could. What else could I show? I don't think I could switch. I'm going to try something here. This could go bad. Okay. So nobody actually showed up for the chat, so that's interesting. I invited you all. Where are you all? You better watch this video and take your thanks. Anyways, and of course, Pops was great today too, as always. Yeah, he did his own. I didn't get to check it out, but he did a little promotion as well for me. I wasn't able to do it because I was doing a bunch of other stuff, but he did his own little promotion to try and help me out. So thank you for that. Oh, there is one person on Facebook. Oh, Tim is here. Hey, Tim. Talk about one of the people who actually, came in to help out there. You're not lost in the wind or anything like that. Yeah, we're almost there. We got 10 minutes to kill, and then we're gonna see what happens. How long have you been there? Have you been there long? Oh, I'm not seeing a response. Maybe it's really slow. I'm just gonna drink a little bit of tea. You can see in the background, my room is really bright now. I just replaced all the lights. I've got these cool LEDs. No, getting ready to go fishing. Oh, you're leaving in 10 minutes. Oh, IFA there. I don't know what IFA means, but I'm sure it's very important. Hopefully it means that you're in flight. Hopefully it's about 10 minutes, yeah. But yeah, Tim deserves a big thanks for helping out, and a lot of other people. But there's a lot of cool stuff too that we've got. Oh, you've been here for 10 minutes. Oh, wow. You poor fellow. But anyways, it's almost there. It looks like we're gonna pull this off. I mean, you can't get much closer than that line, right? Again, I've had people drop $100 or a couple $100 before at the end. At this point, if someone does one drop of that, we're in trouble. We're in caca. So we just got to ride this thing to the end and find out if we're going to Thelma and Louise this off the cliff or if we're just going to stop the car intact. I'm glad I now know my mic is working, because I wasn't 100% sure on that until you responded. I'm going to try turning on this. I've been waiting for someone to talk so I could turn on overlays to see how this works. No comments to display. Well, that's weird. So let me. Oh, oops. Oh, okay, I see. So I can turn on your comments. No, I've been here. All right, okay. So you see people do this all the time, and I'm like, I don't typically do it. This overlay thing, it says new comments will display here. It looks broken. Like it's not showing. I thought that would be showing if anyone was talking. So that's a useless feature as of this second. Pinned message. I don't know. Good old technology. There's always something new going on. But anyways, back to creating comics, CorelDRAW Plus. That the idea is to teach or show a lot of different ways to do graphic design and create comic books at the same time. So as I'm working on lettering Rakehell or getting Rakehell ready for production, every week I'll be Thursdays at 8 o'clock. I'll be doing that stream. People are welcome to just come in and chat and watch, or just yap with me for a bit while I'm working. It's totally up to you guys. I'll answer questions on the fly during that stream too. So if you're stuck on something, trying to do design, or need advice on something that I might be able to help out with, that's what the stream is for. It's meant to kind of show and then to also teach and explain as people are needing. I wish I had something like that 20 years ago when I was starting out, someone who could explain what the heck is bleed and why do comics have bleed and why does someone need to put, what's this term mean, and why is the person who's asking you to make the comic requiring you to do such things, right? You know what I mean? I don't understand. Anyways, that type of stuff I can explain there and do it, probably a practical example within CorelDRAW itself of that actual thing. All right, it looks like we're down to the last 6 minutes of this thing. Boys, it's been a long road the last 2 months on this. I'll tell you that. So a couple other things that happened along the way. I developed kidney stones, so that was nice. That was a beautiful prize in the middle of this campaign. So thank you very much. Getting old, and a couple other silly health issues, but either way, it's all in goodness, and we're about to count this baby to the end. Flip back over like I'm a pro. Oh, and here comes the refresh. No one's jumped ship. 8:03. So we got the whole 5 minutes to go. Let me get back into Restream. So yeah, let's just sit there again, get a drink. Don't care if it's alcoholic or not. I'm having tea. And let's just not talk too loud in case it all blows up. I'll get rid of this whole conversation about, let me see if I can find something else to bring up design-wise. I'm sure you heard Tim. Actually, maybe I'll switch to the sharing, stop sharing. So I'll set up questionnaires, but you'll be able to pick the size of your shirt, of course. But this is the navy one. I don't know if you can see it so well. This is the navy version of it. And that in the picture is the black version. So you'll have a couple color choices. There is more color choices I could add, but I don't know if it'll look so good. Like I picked green at one point. I'm like, it looks maybe not so hot on green. I thought it would look cool on green. So I would pick a darker shirt. So I think I'm going to only offer the navy, the dark navy here, and probably black, and maybe another. There was a red. It might look good on red. I think there was a red. Maybe we can actually take a look. Oh. Give me 1 sec. All right, so let's share this out so people know. All right, so this is basically the options on the shirts. So yeah, again, I wasn't charging to make money on them, so I'll probably hopefully break even on the shirts, shipping them out and that. But anyways, you'll have the choice of colors. The gray isn't so great. Their gray is not that hot, but maybe this orange, it might look okay. I wish you could try the logo on the different colors and I could display it, because that would be kind of cool to see. They do mock-ups, but it might look okay on an, I'm assuming that's orange, with my color somewhat colorblind. And the green was like, eh. So maybe I'll offer the colors except for white and gray, and let people pick their poison, shall we say. But to me, it looks great on the navy that I have on, the dark navy. It really pops. I don't know why the orange pops. There's something in your eyes called, well, not your eyes, but I learned in color theory called complementary colors. So that always means that if you wear certain things, like for instance, if you're a blonde-haired person, blue will always look good on you. So a blue dress will always pop on you. If you have blonde hair, if you're a brunette, red. The Lady in Red movie. Was it The Lady in Red? Anyways, the movie back in the days. I'm pretty sure it was called The Lady in Red. But the reason it's a brunette with a red dress on is because those are called complementary colors, and one will make the other pop. So that's just a little color theory information for you. So there will be some options with the shirts. I'll try to get them directly mailed out, so I can get them mailed out quicker. And that's another thing I want to try and do with everything. Based on how it works, I'll evaluate everybody, but I might be able to ship out the shirts early, and I might be able to ship out the posters early, is my plan. I just need to know what people are getting or what people want. So how do I flip this? Can I keep that open and flip back? Remove this stream. Let's turn that off. Back to me, and let's, oh geez, it's 8:02. Oh shit. Ah! Oh, did I swear? Ah! Let's get back in. We've only got a minute. 43-second countdown. Everybody grab a hold of something. This could happen. 2 months of pain and a lot of backup from friends and family. And we pull this one off by the hair, as I said earlier, of our chinny chin chin. Like, plus $77. I mean, I couldn't have made it any closer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Did it blow up? Little silly fireworks. Rakehell 2 is going into production. All right. Woo! Oh my. Boom. Boom. It's over. It's, well, over for you guys in the sense of the support and everything, and I don't have to spam you anymore. I got a lot of work to do over the next 2 months to get this thing ready and printed and sent out for printing. So that's the next goal, and we're going to get on that starting probably in a couple days after I take a couple days break from this. So thank you, everyone. And as I said earlier, a big thank you goes out to friends, fam, and fans, and of course to everybody else, the artists and creators, and poor Nita and Killian, who had to put up with this stuff. Nita's probably pretty happy she can stop spamming people over Rakehell. I provided them with, the one thing I did is I had a lot of graphics ready to make everybody happy in that sense. All right. So let me see if I can get back to the chat. You like the black, huh? Okay. Yeah, I like the black too. The black is good pop for something like this. I might lower the glow on it a little bit. Like, see how the glow goes out to here? I might bring that in a bit so it's not as glowy. But I mean, this is ring spun cotton. This is one of the most breathable, comfortable shirts. I've got like 10 of these now. It is just great. They're just comfortable to wear, especially after you do the first wash of them. And it's not, this isn't some cheap printing. This is like professional grade silk screening done here too. It's not going to go bad. I've had some of these shirts for quite a few years from them, and they're still going strong. So, all right, that's it. I just wanted to come on, walk through the end of this, say thank you to everybody, see who popped up and who didn't. Thanks for showing up, Tim. I'll probably get back to gaming on Saturday nights or maybe Friday nights. I'll try and get some kind of thing going. Yeah, I'll let you go, and you're probably just going to go back out on the ocean as soon as that happens. Be safe out there, and we'll talk around the corner. Thank you all once more. And on that note, I am out of hair like a bald man. Later, Gators.